Hello, Grace Point family, and welcome to this week's installment of An Encouraging Word. So, as I bring you a word of encouragement, what came to mind for me this week was a passage from the 3rd chapter of Ecclesiastes. In that passage, we see the phrase, "There is a time for embracing and a time to shun embracing." Interestingly, I've read this passage many times before reviewing it this week and never spent really any time thinking about that duo of phrases, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to shun embracing. And yet here I find myself in this very different world of ours where to go out and we've got face coverings and gloves and goggles, a completely different reality where we are literally mandated to shun embracing. And as I thought about it, it reminded me of two things. The first thing that struck me is that even in the same breath that the author of Ecclesiastes tells us that there's a moment, there's a time, there's a period where we have to shun embracing, he couples that with the fact, the hope, the knowledge that there will also at some point be a time when we again can embrace. The other thing that it brought to mind relates to the words that the psalmist tells us, where in Psalms 146 we read that the God of Jacob keeps faith forever. So, dear friends, as we think about the fact that right now we're in a time where we can't embrace, we know and can take hope and confidence in the fact that whether we are in a period of time of abundance and health and embracing, or living in a phase where many people are in want and in need, not embracing, and we have pestilence in our land, despite that, we can take hope in, we can take courage in the fact that our God keeps faith forever. We live in a time where we say to ourselves, we don't know what tomorrow will bring. But in truth, friends, that's always been the case. And the only surety we've ever had is that our God, the God of Jacob, keeps faith forever. So that's my word of encouragement to you this week, to not necessarily embrace each other physically, but to embrace the truth that our God keeps faith forever. Take good care. I look forward when we get to be together again in worship.